So we have studied that carbohydrates and the fats are the one who provide energy to our body, right? So excess nutrients will be converted into the form of fat and it is stored in the adipose tissue. And whenever our body needs energy, that time these fats can be used up to produce energy also, right? So where are we finding this adipose tissue? It is seen mainly beneath the skin and it is specialized to store fat, and its cell that is adipose tissue, it is a type of cell which is seen in the adipose tissue. Adipocytes nu parayunnathu, it is a type of cell present in adipose tissue and they help in storing fat. And how is this fat formed? Excess of nutrients which are not used are being converted into fats and it is stored in the tissue. That means that nutrients which is not used immediately, right? നമ്മുടെ ശരീരം പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ഡൈജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കിട്ടുന്ന ന്യൂട്രിയൻസ് immediately, if it is not used, it is being stored in the adipose tissue and it is converted into fat and it is stored in adipose tissue, and whenever needed our body uses it. Other than that, it helps in insulation process, which means that it provides heat to our body in very cold conditions. Okay, so this is about the loose connective tissue. Now let us move on to the next connective tissue, which is the dense connective tissue. So in loose connective tissue we saw they were loosely arranged, right? So the cells and fibers were loosely arranged in the semi-fluid ground substance. Now let us see the dense connective tissue. As the name says, the fibers and the fibroblast are very compactly arranged, right? Compactly arranged എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് tightly arranged ആണ്, right? And depending upon the orientation of this fibers, they show two patterns. Fibers, we saw about the presence of fibers here, right? So this part, so this is the fiber, right? So we saw the arrangement, it was loosely arranged, but in the case of this dense connective tissue, it is not same. Here, as they are compactly arranged based upon the orientation of fibers, it means that our fibers enganeyana arrange cheyidittulla, based on that they are again divided into two. So orientation of fibers show regular or irregular pattern, right? So fibers will show either regular or the irregular pattern. So fibroblast is the cell which produces the fibers, right? appo ee fibroblast namukku kaanan pattum, fibers inde presence um undavum, right? So they are compactly packed and their orientation of the fibers will show either regular or irregular pattern. So based on that, they are of two types, that is dense regular connective tissue and dense irregular connective tissue, right? So regular and irregular, enganeyano fibers ulladu. If it is in a regular pattern, it is dense regular connective tissue, and if it is in an irregular pattern, it is irregular connective tissue, right? I hope you are clear with this adipose, no children. I just show the diagram, I did not speak about the diagram. So you can see the nucleus, plasma membrane, and you can see the fat store. It is a large it has a large place to store the fat. Okay, now coming to the dense regular connective tissue. So if you take the case of this dense regular connective tissue, we are able to find they show regular pattern of the fiber. So depending on that only, it has been divided into two, right? So it shows a regular pattern of fibers, and the arrangement of the fibers we will learn now. We will see how the fibers are arranged in this dense regular connective tissue. So as I said, it is having a regular pattern, right? So it has a proper pattern. So the collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. So how is the collagen fiber? Collagen fiber will be present in rows. You can see it is present in the rows between many parallel bundles of fibers, right? So you can see many bundles of fibers. Our bundle of fibers na nadukku we are able to find the collagen fibers, right? This is the microscopic view, children, and this is diagram of this dense regular connective tissue. So how is the fibers arranged? The collagen fiber are present in rows, right? They are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. So the bundles ആയിട്ടാണ് ഉള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ collagen fiber എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും ഈ bundles? It is arranged in rows, right, between many parallel bundles of the fibers. An example of this dense regular connective tissue is seen in the tendons and ligaments. Let us see what is tendons and ligaments. I hope you have studied about this, right, in your lower classes. We will see what is tendon, and then we will learn what is ligament. So tendons are nothing but they are the connective tissue who attach the skeletal muscles to the bones, right? So tendons എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് they are the connective tissue which attach the skeletal muscles, right? നമ്മളെ സ്കെലിട്ടനിലുള്ള മസിൽസിന് ബോൺസിനോട് അറ്റാച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കണക്റ്റീവ് ടിഷ്യൂ ആണ്. കണക്റ്റീവ് ടിഷ്യൂ ഇസ് ടു connect something, right? So the tendons will attach the skeletal muscles to the bones like skeletal muscles na attach cheyna work aanu tendons are doing. You can see the tendon. So this is the tendon and it is a part which attaches the skeletal muscles to the bones, right? And now coming to ligaments, these are nothing but they attach one bone to another. അവരുടെ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഒരു ബോണിനെ വേറൊരു ബോണിനോട് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന വർക്കാണ് ലിഗമെന്റ്സ് ആർ ഡൂയിങ്, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ദേ അറ്റാച്ച് വൺ ബോൺ ടു അനദർ. Clear, children? So this is the tendon. You can see it here also, and they have shown it here too. And you can see the ligament here. So it is one which attaches one bone to another. We know that if you take our complete human body, our head is attached to our vertebral column, and vertebral column are connected again. It has the leg bone, and it gives rise to the upper limbs also. Each of these bones are connected to one another, right? So these are connected with the help of the ligaments, right? So ligaments attach one bone to another. Clear, children? And tendons, don't confuse it. Tendons will attach the skeletal muscles to the bones. namala bones in the mela, we are able to find the soft substance which is called as muscle, right? So that muscles, those skeletal muscles are attached to the bones with the help of the tendons connective tissue, right? Ligaments, they attach one bone to another. Clear? This is about dense regular connective tissue. Now coming to the dense irregular connective tissue. So as the name says, it has irregular pattern of the fibroblast and fibers. You can see it here. So this is the fibroblast and this is the collagen fiber. And most dense irregular connective tissue, we are able to find the collagen fiber. Elastinekaalum kodal കാണുന്നത് does the collagen fiber. So irregular pattern of fibroblast and fibers. In regular pattern we saw it was arranged properly in a row which were present as parallel bundles of fibers, right? So you can see how neatly it is arranged. But in irregular, what happens? There is irregular pattern of fibroblast and the fibers, which is mostly collagen. And where can we find this dense irregular connective tissue? It is seen in the skin. It is present in our skin. Clear, children? This is about the dense irregular connective tissue. Now moving on to the next connective tissue, which is the specialized connective tissue, right? So specialized connective tissue, it includes the cartilage, blood and the bone, right? So we will be learning about cartilage, blood and bone in detail. Okay.